this will stay. The suction cup. I gotta do something different because it's not staying. I deleted the beginning of my Y2K talk on accident because I was trying to clear out storage for my phone. I just need a new phone. That's what it comes down to. And I deleted. Oh, somebody help me. The first video I took. So I have part of it, but not the first half. I'm very annoyed with myself. It's also probably going to start raining, so that'll be annoying. So apologies. But I was talking about, well, first I was talking about inflatable furniture, and then Disney Channel original movies, and then I was talking about iPods. And I remember thinking, because we used to go to New York all the time, so we used to see people on the subway. And I remember thinking at first, like, if you had an iPod, you had good money, you know? And do you guys remember the shuffle iPods that were not, you couldn't see a screen on it? It was just like you'd have to shuffle through the songs. And a lot of people had those in New York on the subway and walking around. And I thought, these people must have saved up forever to get this. I think I was in 6th grade, 5th grade during that time. So, I mean, $100 was like a lot of money. And I just remember that so well. I really hope you guys don't fall. Whatever, if you do, I'll fix it. So, I was talking about that, and then I was talking about LimeWire. You guys remember LimeWire back in the day? My dad, God bless his soul, he tried so hard to not have us download music onto LimeWire because, of course, there was a few scandals where people had downloaded, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of songs, tens of thousands of songs, and they got taken to court for like illegal pirating. I don't know what they called it, something like that back in the day. And he was like, you ask for an iTunes card, I will get you songs. Do you remember when the songs, I think at first they were 20 something cents, then they moved up to 50 cents a song, which is crazy. You might as well buy the album at that point. But we ended up getting, what was it called? MP3 players. We ended up getting MP3 players like SanDisk, the brand, if you guys remember. And we got those, and we could not figure out how to upload the music onto them. We had the music bought or ready to go or whatever, but we could not get it. And my cousin, who's a DJ, came over and he tried to work on it and he couldn't even figure it out. And my dad was like, I've had it, I'm done, because we got him for Christmas, me and my sister both. He's like, you guys are getting iPods because it was so not user friendly at all. And he's like, we can't do this whole thing every time you guys want to upload some music to it. How I wish I had one of my old iPods to charge and hear what I was listening to. Now, I know some of the songs that I downloaded, which of course you were able, this opened up a whole new, like, scope to us young kids, because you could download music of albums that your parents wouldn't let you buy. But true. So I remember having like Ying Yang Twins and different songs like Bartender and different T-Pain songs, and I can think, like, is it Big Sean? Usher? I mean, they'd let me have Usher probably, but it was like we couldn't have every album. And then I was able to have Britney Spears finally. I love Britney Spears, and I always have, and I always say it because my mom forbid it. She did not want us to like and follow Britney Spears, which in hindsight I can see why now. I hope this rain isn't loud. I guess if it is, it is. And I can see why in hindsight now, especially because when she was at the top, I was very young. I bet I was in preschool to second grade when she, from 1998 to 2004, 5. So, but I just thought she is like magic. She is just like magic. That's what I thought. Oh my gosh. And I still love her, and I hope that she gets some help that she needs. And I don't care. I love her anyway. I have such a soft spot for that woman. As do many people. So, oh my gosh. And then I remember learning about Central Time, like the time zone we were in when as a kid, because Disney Channel would be like, this will be on at 7/6 Central. So 7 East Coast time and then 6 Central time. And so I learned if Xenon's coming on, what time is she coming on at, right? Oh, that was the best. And then I remember, guys, do you remember the hype up? The hype up for High School Musical. Oh my gosh. They talked about that thing. They advertised that production over and over again. And I want to say, till this day, that stands. It is cheesy, but for a musical and the dancing and the production and the quality of it, Disney did not cut corners. Did not cut corners at all. I, till this day, could watch High School Musical, and I loved that Gabrielle was like a Mexican girl, and I was never as studious as her, to say the least. But oh, what a grand time. And what I wish we could have done in high school was break out in a song. I enjoyed high school. I was actually very fortunate. I really did enjoy high school. I was kind of delusional, but I've always kind of been a little bit delusional. And it's worked for me, so I just let it ride. But man, I had confidence. I was a chunky monkey, and I had big hair. I had kind of a snooky look toward the end of high school. I'll put it up, the video or a picture if I can. God bless us. But man, I had confidence, and I wore my makeup too heavy, too dark, even for me. And I wanted it that way. What a mess. What a mess I was. And I did not care. And I knew I was kind of a mess, and I did not care. And I do have an appreciation for that I did not let people calling me fat, which it didn't happen a ton, but it was some. Calling me too fat to wear Ugg boots and a skirt and stuff like that. And I just did not care. I thought, I did get mad if people were fake to me and they'd be nice to me and then like post stuff online, which after a while I didn't really know unless my friends told me, because of course I stopped social media back in 2011. So I was in my sophomore year. And again, really dumb in some ways, but also had some very good foresight in other ways for being so young. And I loved it. I loved my silver Honda Accord coupe with my V6 engine. I loved my parents, strangely enough. And I still did, you know, teenage stuff. I'd go out and we'd drink some and everything, but I was really good overall. I was pretty good. And I loved my parents so much, so I didn't want to disappoint them. That was a big factor. But I was crazy. You know what I did? Okay. Fell again. You know what I did? Which is just bananas. But this was me. You were not gonna get one over on me. There was a guy at school, and he was so gorgeous at the time, we thought. And he was this Mexican guy. His name was Nico. And he was kind of bad, you know. And he was like a little bit rebellious, you know, just the usual, normal, like kind of bad teen thing. And he thought he was so cool that he got a tattoo on his lip. And I just remember thinking, oh, you think you're so cool? I'm getting you a tattoo on my lip. Because people would have never thought I would have had the guts to do that. And that was just the type of person I was at the time. Holy moly, God bless me. So I am 17, and I'm like, I can do this. I can figure out somebody to give me a tattoo. There was a guy in our school, and he did tattoos. He like got into tattooing after he like graduated, I think. So he's a couple years older than us, and he was out. And I thought, I'll call him up. And me and my friend Hannah went, and we got tattoos. And I got a freaking tattoo on the inside of my lip. And I was like, it's still there. It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away, by the way. Like, it doesn't go away. They'll always like, that's why I got it there, because I was like, if I hate it later, it'll fade. It says fade. I was going to get something else, but it couldn't like fit or whatever. So at least I didn't get anything like barbaric. But even if I would have, whatever, I just was beyond. I was beyond at the time, but gosh, Y2K was just the best in so many ways. Now, also there was, again, really bad normalities, shaming people for things that we would never shame you for today, but then also like cancel culture is present today. I don't think I can choose between one or the other because it's just so different, but guys, the mall was it too. Do you remember going to the mall was like the best event? I remember getting like my most ready, which again, I wasn't cute forever. So I remember getting like as ready as I could get, and we'd go to the mall, we'd go to Bath and Body Works and Claire's and icing. The buckle, oh, the buckle was all the rage. At least in the Midwest, it was, and good jeans were all the rage, which they were celebrities too. Celebrities were wearing jeans to like red carpets, which is crazy now. We like, can you imagine showing up to a red carpet in jeans and a nice top? Still love the look though. So many fun things. The butterfly clips, don't even get me started. I could lose my bananas. Lose it. And Paris Hilton, what an icon. Still love you, Paris. Listen to her book. I listened to her book. She has such a good book. Very meaningful, very deep. I love that she came forward and acknowledged that like she played a character and everything, but what a way to capitalize on making yourself a brand. What a deal. And it's so cute. She's like a mom now and everything. Yes, I still know about Paris. And then Newlyweds. Should we talk about it? Should we talk about it? I love it. I actually rewatched Newlyweds when I was in Texas. I would go, oh, I have such good memories. I just have so many good memories in Texas. I would go to In-N-Out when I lived with Rosie. And I would get a double animal style and fries and a chocolate shake. And I never drink the whole chocolate shake. I just want like 2 sips. And I would go home and watch. They're on YouTube now if you want to watch Newlyweds. And I started rewatching all the seasons of Newlyweds. And to be honest, Jessica and Nick were not very nice to each other. And Nick was especially not very nice to her, but she does act. And I hope it's an act. Not very bright sometimes. But you know, that's where I fell in love with the multicolored Louis Vuitton. Oh my gosh. And you guys know what I'm talking about. I had that for a while and I got it stolen out of my car. So like such a fake story. You guys know what I'm talking about. How people just like lied all the time back in the day too. This is where we're gonna be comfy. This is where I'm gonna be. I wish the lighting was better. It's just not. I don't have good lighting. I'm sorry, guys. This is the way it is. When I tell you too, the magic we thought that happened with makeup artists, and when we'd see a music video, oh my gosh, I remember seeing the Our Lips Are Sealed remake music video of Hillary and Haley Duff. I'm so sad they don't talk right now. My heart goes out because not talking to my sister would be super, it just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. I couldn't not talk to her. I will get sidetracked. I have to keep focused. But I remember seeing the music video makeup for both of them and thinking that makeup is so good. And I wish unless you were a makeup artist, there was no recreating anything like that. We just thought you had to just know how to do it, or you were a professional, or you were famous if you were able to do your makeup like that. And I felt like too, if you did find a good way to do your makeup in the early 2000s, you stuck with it. You did it the same way then every day because you found like one singular way that it worked or one foundation that worked. And I have always liked a very heavy glam look. I still love the 2016 makeup, which I know is not Y2K, but I still love a liner, a 90s liner. I always say that I've picked and choose what I've liked for so long. And growing up, unattractive or ugly, whatever you want to call it, for me, made me focus on other characteristics, other attributes that I had, other things I could offer. And humor was one of them. Humor was a huge factor as to why I think I had friends, why people wanted me around, why I've always loved people. I've been a natural kind of entertainer, and I love to laugh. Laugh till you feel like you're gonna need an oxygen mask to drop down from the ceiling. Which I talked to some of my friends who thought this too, and they thought if you get a certain haircut, like someone who you admired, a celebrity, whoever, in early 2000s, you thought your hair was gonna make you look like them. Like, I remember asking for the Hilary Duff haircut on Metamorphosis album so many times. And also asking for Mary-Kate's haircut on Our Lips Are Sealed. She had the shorter hair. And girl, if somebody could have told me 100 times, baby, you have dark hair, and unless you style it, it's not going to look like theirs, and it's not the same color as theirs. It's not the same color. It's not the same color. And listen, my little 10-year-old dreams just couldn't be dashed. But like I said, I had confidence. And that is something I've carried with me for a long time. I don't know why I have it. I don't even know where I got it from, really, because I was a very, very shy young kid. I probably didn't get my confidence, I think 5th grade is when I got it. And it just came upon me, and I knew who I was. I knew who I wanted to be. Now my style has changed over the years. I went from that, I really liked that punk rock, Ashley Simpson style, to by high school, I was in Hollister in jean skirts, you know? And I loved, and I do till this day, love the atrociousness of some of the Y2K fashion. And that includes like mini skirts from Hollister with Ugg boots and a zip up jacket. I'd wear that today. You wouldn't even have to pay me. I'd wear it in a heartbeat. Heavy makeup, still do. I love some blonde hair. I have dark hair in my profile picture, and I went dark one more time because I'm worried I'm gonna get grays like in the next 5 years. And if I do, I want to enjoy my dark hair one more time, like one more round. I've always loved being tan, which of course I'm tan because I'm half Mexican. Remember, the things we did. I would lay out on my trampoline, and of course I had a trampoline. I would lay out on my black trampoline and put oil on me, body oil, instead of sunscreen, and lay out there because it was just like a black mat. So of course it just attracted the sun like crazy. And I'd lay out there and fall asleep for like 2 hours. And I'd be like, girlfriend, that is what makeup is for. And then I would buy my makeup, even with how dark I already was, like another 2 or 3 shades darker. Now I know we all kind of did this, or this was the style at least, but I just thought, I love it. I want to be glowing and glamorous. And I still till this day love a glow. I love a shimmer. I love a glow. I like that. There is, gosh, what is it? Illuminator. It's by L'Oreal. I'll put up a picture and I'll also link it down below. I can get it off at Amazon. It is like Super Goop Body Glow. Either of those 2 items are the best. And if I always say, if I would have had beauty in high school and I would have really known how to do my hair, oh, it would have been over for y'all. And forget it, if Ozempic would have existed, I probably would have begged my mom. I'll see if I can find a picture of me in high school so you guys can see how I was like chunky. I wouldn't consider myself like fat. Now people would make fun of me and call me fat, but I did not care. I did not care. And that is crazy to me. I mean, it would hurt because I didn't want to be like that. But I just remember thinking, I don't care. I'm going to be thin someday. I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to be thin and I'm going to be beautiful. And I would say that my whole life to myself. That's crazy. No one told me to say that. My mom, of course, was always like, you're so beautiful, and Claire's so beautiful, and you guys are just fabulous. Claire and I always say, thank goodness we're self-aware, because we would have thought we were the most talented, beautiful girls ever, but we knew. We knew. We had self-awareness at least. And I just think at the time, it really does feel like the end of the world when everyone else is just naturally very thin. I mean, I had a girl leave on accident. She changed at my house. I think we went swimming or something like that. And she changed and left her jean shorts in my room. Her jean shorts were a 0. A 0, you guys. I'd never been a 0 in my whole life, ever. And I never will be. I have been 4. I have been 6. I will never be a 0. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh. And slim thick didn't become cool or in until I was in probably mid-high school, sophomore, junior year, which would have been 2010, 11. But I'm so grateful to wherever my confidence came from. And I wish that for so many girls, so many young girls and women, and they're still grown-up women. And here's the thing, if you're not confident, that's one thing you can work on. But mean girls who are not confident, mean girls who are insecure, in other words, man, there's nothing like it. I could go on and on for days and days and days about Y2K. So I'm probably gonna wrap this video up here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love chatting with you. It's such a fun time. Sorry, I'm going over a lot of bumps. Okay, until next time, from your Midwest girl.